All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's 7 o'clock. Somewhere. So let's get this moving. Everybody got an agenda? Because I do want to make one change on the agenda. After item number 6, on that, item 6A, we're going to propose the mayor pro tem. That's been brought to my attention that council wants to do that, so we'll do that at that moment. I want to welcome everybody here.
Item number 6.
After number 6. We'll make it a 6A. Number 6 is the final adoption of district map. After we do that, after we vote on that. You understand? Chip? You had a
I
question?
see that it's the final adoption of the district voting map.
After number 6, I'm gonna add up to the agenda.
Oh,
After number 6. Am I not speaking loud enough?
nope, I just need a Q-tip.
It could be me. But it doesn't sound right today. Anyway. Okay, I want to thank everybody for coming today. And we had a little bit of turnout today we had last week, but that's okay too. So I'm going to start us off with an invocation, and then we'll do the pledge of allegiance. Let's pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the blessings of this day. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the crops that are coming in now too. Forgive us our sins and give us the wisdom to make decisions tonight that we need to make to help the city move. Ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's not working.
It's not working with it. I didn't think it was. I didn't think it. It worked while ago. Okay. Can everybody hear me okay? Huh?
I said I couldn't, but I moved up.
Is this better?
Push it up.
Yeah. Is this better?
Maybe it fails altogether.
Not as good as others.
I don't know what's going on.
Just speak up real loud.
That was just,
While you play that, I'll check the
Hello.
amplifier.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna start off tonight. It's working now, Vince. It wasn't.
There it goes.
It's just me. I guess
what's
it's,
going in and out?
what can I say? All right, the Yard of the Month recipients have been, here's what the council has decided to do for the Yard of the Month this month. In District 1, we got Pam Last at 5303 Crown Oaks Drive. In District 2, Kevin Seabolt, 5771 Athens Street. District 3, Ruth Morse, 6498 Dearmore Way. District 4, Steve Wood, 6609 Belton Road. District 5, Stephen Ledford, 6030 Maiden Lane. That's what our Yard of the Month for this month. What? Oh, did I miss the minutes again? Sorry. All right. We need, everybody read the minutes from last month's meeting. Anybody got any corrections to make with it? I entertain a motion to accept it.
I make a motion, we accept it.
Second,
Motion made by Denise Shockley, and second by Commissioner Smith to accept the minutes from last meeting. All in favor say aye.
aye.
All opposed say no. They're approved. Now then, just drive me nuts. All right, Dennis, I guess we got to, so we got Yard of the Month, I guess we'll do the finance.
We'll jump ahead. So, good news.
Oh, I forgot one, I forgot to show you the color, didn't I? I forgot that one. I got it right here in front of me. That shows your colors.
Sorry.
Yep.
That's my fault, I messed up.
Go ahead.
It shows your colors for motion was a draw, what? What?
Breaker just flashed.
go ahead and go into water and sewer?
Yes, sir, please.
So current condition, all's good, we continue to use a lot of water. Not surprisingly, you know, it's 90 degrees, buddy, people are gonna use a lot. Sewer line construction, I just approved today the pay app 3 for $543,000. Actually next week I'll have the third construction meeting, and so far everything's going to work well. On item B, the motor pump purchase, we talked with the utility committee and finance about the motor pump purchase. And as you know, everything we do at the waste treatment plant is redundant. We don't have one of anything, we have usually 2, if not 3 items for backup. And this past year, we had to rebuild one of the motor pumps already, so that would suggest the lifespans are somewhere around 12 years. That being said, we have an extra rebuilt engine. What we don't have, or motor, what we don't have is the motive apparatus itself that the motor turns. And so they gave consideration, if we replace item for item on this submersible pump, existing, what we purchased to begin with, today's cost would be $14,265,000. And then if we replace that with an oil fill motor versus a glycol motor, we could actually save a little dollars, $10,508 versus the $14,265. And the question that we all weigh is what's the best way to go with this? Well, we've got 12 years out of the glycol filled motors, and then and those are both similar in horsepower. One's 18.8. We don't even run those at 100%, so the other one's at just 14. So that's not a preference. But the committee came up with the recommendation that we go forward with the original equipment and replace that. 12 to 14 weeks arrival. So we're going to put that item on order and go forward, and that dollars will come out of SPLOST for an amendment next month. So let's see. The next item we had on here was motor pump. That's it. Unless anybody's got any questions for me
You
in
already,
regards to water sewer.
you already got okay to spend that money?
Yes.
I thought you did.
Yep.
Next on the agenda, we got a special election to fill 2 vacant council seats, District 1 and District 5. And I think Joe can explain this a little bit better than I can, because he's paid to advertise it, and yesterday he had a meeting.
We do. Mayor, the change in election laws places greater scrutiny on local election officials, and it has to require approval through the Secretary of State's office. When we passed the resolution calling the election, the code allows in a special election that you can delay qualifying until 29 days before the election, and you requested this election for November the 8th, but we had set this for qualifying to be August the 22nd through the 24th, but the Secretary of State requires that if it's going to be as part of the overall statewide ballot rather than an entirely separate election, we have to have the candidate names to the Secretary of State's office by August the 10th. So in coordinating with Ms. Works at the Hall County Board of Elections, we have suggested that we amend that resolution to provide for qualifying for the special election to be August the 8th, which is a Monday, beginning at 8:30 and continuing and ending at noon on August the 10th. And that way the names could be provided in a timely way and be part of the statewide election. Therefore, I request that council approve that amendment to your resolution calling for the special election.
Everybody understand what? I entertain a motion.
I make a motion to amend it.
Second it.
A motion made by Jimmy Brown, second by Garnet Smith to amend the resolution to set qualifying for all state for the 10th. Any more discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. It passes.
And Joey, what's the advertising dates on that?
We will issue the call through the Board of Elections office hopefully next week. Has to be 90 days before the election, so we'd like to go ahead and get that out of the way. And it will contain all the information about early voting, qualifying, all the information associated with this election.
And we'll make the qualifying packet available on the 1st, August 1st.
No one from those two seats, qualifying package will go August 1st, that due between August 8th and August 10th. In City Hall office, because we got to hear the Secretary of State that, and so that's the way around. All right, now, I've been asked to add another item to this agenda. I call it 6A. Somebody was proposed a mayor pro tem for the city council. Into discussion or motions or what we got here?
I'd like to make a motion for us to get a mayor pro tem, and I'd like to nominate Denise Shapley.
I'll second that motion.
Motion made by Barney Smith, second by Jim Brown to nominate Denise Shapley as mayor pro tem. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Denise,
She's
congratulations.
got the job.
Thank you, Council. All right.
You got it.
Liberty Baptist Church has to use a depot for, on a regular basis.
Item 6.
Did I skip, would you? Oh, the map. I did it again. I just can't keep up to date.
We're on the hurry,
The district map. Is it, everybody's seen the district map, y'all all familiar with it, y'all have any more discussion about this new district map at all, any questions or anything you want to change? So I'll entertain a motion to approve it as it.
I make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
The motion made by Garner Smith, and seconded by Denise Shaw to approve the Lula Council election district maps as drawn. What the date on these are. All in favor say aye. All opposed say no. We got the maps. We got them ahead of the election. That was wrong, and I suppose that's not first, right? And these maps, in case anybody wants to see them, will be available online.
They're online, and the ones, there are some copies in the back.
So anybody should know which district they're in now. Okay, I'll get back in here. Get my maps out of here first. That was a long process, getting all straight back there. Small maps. Okay, now, am I caught up to item number 7? All right, I noticed that, Eric is here, you want to know?
Yeah, I can comment on him too.
Yeah, you explain what you want here?
Yeah, so what we're looking to do is to offer our community, which if you know anything about us and Liberty Neighborhood Ministries, anything we do is for our whole community. Anybody in our community. We never specifically target anybody. It's open for our community. What we're looking at doing, because we see a need in our community, is to offer a type of recovery program here locally that's available for anybody to drive to, walk to, or bike to that can get here. Like I said, it's not focused on one person, because, hey, we all, if we're honest, we all have hurts, hang-ups, and habits, whether it be food, sugar, Facebook, or drugs, alcohol, but it'd be available for anyone to come to. And what we're wanting to do is offer that here somewhere that's available for anybody that wants to come and be a 100% free program. Right now, we're in the baby steps of getting it prepared. We're just trying to find us a location to hold it. I talked to Garnet just a little bit. I know we've asked for once a week, and I know that could be pushing, but anybody that's been anything with any kind of recovery, you got to have regular rotation. But anything y'all would allow us to use and help, we could use and maybe partner with someone else if we can't get every week. But we are looking, like I said, but it's available for anybody in our community that has a need to come and try to find help with a hang-up or a habit that they're trying to break. So thank y'all for considering, and we look forward to continuing to partner with the city to help Lula a good place to live.
Eric, I'm gonna send this to a committee and let the committee discuss it,
Okay.
and we'll get back.
Yep, sounds great.
Get back on the agenda. Thanks for letting us know exactly what you want to do.
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Martha Morrison's request for alley abandonment. Do we have our documents in here yet?
She has not come into the office yet,
Okay.
given us any.
So we're waiting on some support document for that, so we're not going to do that. And 6232 Athens Street, what do you think, advance on that?
So we have gotten the DRI information back, and I expect that, I'm gonna say now, before the end of the month, I think they're checking the boxes on the number of, agencies that they contacted, so we'll have to continue to be patient on that. Then we'll come back to the council. Council's direction talked about the last work session. Do we want to go and send that back to the planning commission? If that's the case, at that time, we'll begin to schedule those meetings as well as establish the meeting dates for the council to hear those.
So it's going to public hearing again, we don't really, do we have the public hearings on this one again or not?
Yes.
Just, so I have to go through the whole process and all that again.
And it'll be your call, Mayor, whether you want that, once it's back from the state, to go back to the planning
I
commission.
personally think it should go back, that's my opinion, I don't, this council might not agree with me on that.
I think so.
So we'll see that as affirmative on the council, so we'll go ahead once that DRI comes back, we'll come back. Joe, you can set the
That wasn't an
date.
official vote, but.
No, but
It was consensus.
They had continued it to get some more information, and a lot of that information is what is included with the DRI.
So
So
we
we'll just,
need to be voting anyway, so. Okay. Lula Belton Historical Society, just on the fourth, it's they're meeting on the fourth Monday, it's 27th this month. Here at the depot, 7 o'clock. Sir?
They're meeting on, I might have the other day wrong.
That's what I'm thinking too, because some of them, that's 27th, not the day, 27th on Wednesday.
Yes, that'd be the 25th.
Good catch, good catch. July 25th is that Wednesday. No, Monday, I'm sorry, Monday. It's on Monday, I got it,
Yeah,
Joe.
25th.
I can't get it right either, it's next Monday, yeah, next Monday. The 27th is Wednesday. That's a little later, that's the date, okay.
Correct.
It's office out on Monday, the 25th at 7 o'clock. The Lula Ladies at noon and 6:30 here on the 27th. So, okay, now for citizens' comments. Anybody want to say? I'm gonna beg you to talk, if you want to talk, you talk.
Thank you.
It's time.
Okay. Confidence for the work at hand, that's what I want to talk about. Our city officials and leaders must have faith and confidence that they are able, especially with the help of the citizens, to advance our city towards the future so that the present generation can prepare and teach the one to follow. Our failure is all about time. Are we sitting here actively preparing for tomorrow, or are we wasting our time living in the past? The question that the citizens of Lula want to ask all of our officials, regardless of the positions that they serve, is do you have the confidence and the ability to move the city forward into a position that meets the present and future needs of the current citizens and provides a platform for future generations to build upon. We, the citizens, are asking our officials to seek information that will lead to transformation and that will give us all of our confirmation. We may not have it together, but together we can have it all. We need to talk about unconditional trust. I want to ask our officials, do you feel like some of our citizens have a yoke around your neck in order to control you so that you do what they want instead of doing what you were elected to do? Why don't you get the courage and the strength to break that yoke and start doing the things you were elected to do? The best way to find yourself is how well you help others. This is what I want to encourage our mayor and our city council members, city manager, especially our code enforcement officer and city attorney, all the complaints being made visible. And does let no one, family, friends, or neighbors control you to the extent that your judgment for what is best for all our citizens is clouded. And I just feel like you're getting unintentional influence, and I feel very well you're not considering our attorney, the best attorney we have ever had, before you open your mouth and complain and cause other people trouble. And that is my statement and my concern today from what I've heard last week meeting, okay? Thank you.
Anybody else?
I just wanted to let everybody in the community know about a couple things for our community. This Saturday night, we'll be right here at the depot at the stage. We'll be having a community fun night. We'll have bingo, free food, everything's totally free. Everybody from the community is invited to come. We'll have prizes, music, just a good time for the whole community. And that'll be this Saturday, July the 23rd, from 7 to 8:30 right here at the stage. Also next week, if you got kids, grandkids, we'd love to have them join us at VBS at Liberty from 6:30 to 9, all week starting Monday. And then something new we're starting, we'd love your help to get the word out in the community. If you know any shut-ins or elderly that needs help with their clothes being washed. If they're inside the city limits, we're willing to go and pick them up, wash them, and bring them back to them. We're going to start doing what's called Loads of Love Laundry. We're going to be partnering with Lula Laundromat on July the 29th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll be there for anybody that comes in and needs their laundry done. We'd be glad to help them with everything that you need to do your laundry. And we're planning on doing that every other Friday. So every other week once we get it started. So like I said, but if you know of any elderly or shut-ins that need help with their laundry that's inside the city limits, we'd be more than happy to coordinate, get their address and coordinate with them, and we'd be willing to go and help them out with their laundry. But like I said, just trying to serve, and that'd be, like I said, 100% totally free. We take care of everything that they need. But just letting y'all know about that.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I'd like to.
Yes,
Want
ma'am.
me to come up or?
You speak up.
I have a.
We can hear you right there.
Okay, very good. I'm Judy Tilford. I wanted to share with you that I went to the Lula Ladies Luncheon for the first time this past month. It was wonderful. So what a nice thing going on. I've also been able to go down to the Wellness Park within the last month or so a whole bunch of times, and wanted to tell you how much I enjoy that. I do know that the sign at the road needs to be repainted, and I don't know if that's on your things to do list.
Yes, I haven't.
Okay, I haven't been coming long enough to know if that was on the list or not, but just wanted to say that I've been enjoying
That's one of my
it.
wife's favorite gripes, is that sign.
Pardon?
That's one of my wife's favorite gripes, is that sign. So-
Yeah, it's kind of looking a little too low.
They said that had it done, we scheduled it 2 months ago, so it's just a
Okay,
matter
all
of them
right.
coming
Well,
out.
like I
They
said,
have it
I
done
haven't
in
been
1 month.
active enough to know whether you had already addressed that, so, okay, that's what I had to say about the world today, and I love your laundry, your laundry thing.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Marilyn Greer, I think everybody in here knows me. But, I wanted to say, Eric, how I'm just so, when I read about the, Loads of Love, I think that is a wonderful, wonderful thing. And, the little ladies, and Robbie, you feel the same way. If there's such a giving group, I love what you said about even just quarters given to run the machines. We have a lot of ladies that maybe aren't able to come and help in that, or they're still working and they can't do it. But I think we should put a little jar out, a quarter jar. And, you know, we would love to support you with that.
Well, we
So,
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Anybody else? All right, council time. Talk to us.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming, but I think it's very sad when I look out and only count 7 people here for a meeting. What's wrong? Makes me wonder. Sad.
Are we doing that good or that bad? That's the question.
Is it good or is it bad? I think we need more people.
You're right.
My second, we need more people, I guess. For us to do our job properly, we need, I don't have to put them everybody in the community.
Thank y'all for coming out. And I like it when y'all get up and talk, because it helps a lot.
Yeah, we can't read minds, can we?
No.
That's something we can't do, we can't read minds. If you don't want to get up to the meeting and talk, send us a letter. Post it on the City Hall Facebook page, post it somewhere, let us know. Because the city of Lula is, they're social, they're on Twitter, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook. They also have a website, so we can be reached, phone call, letter, see us on the street. But let everybody know that we're trying to do what we can for the city, but we don't know what the city really wants all the time. So for that, I'll entertain a motion. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, thank you.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Got a motion made by Bernie Smith to adjourn.
I'll second.
Dean Brown seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. It's official.
That was quick.
Hey, Jill, how are you? It's so nice to see you.